What's up, guys? Derek with Euro Superbike Life. As you can see, I'm out on the RSV4. We are on our way to Go AZ Motorsports, or Go AZ Motorcycles, excuse me, in Scottsdale for the BMW Demo Day. So I'm hoping to get to ride a number of bikes, primarily the new S1000RR. I don't know if it'll be a 2018 or a 2017 that they'll have to test, but we'll see. Stay tuned. So they always have a ton of pre-owned bikes here. These guys are really cool. This is where I bought my 1199. It's a pretty cool S1000. Sort of appropriate for the day, seeing it's Veterans Day. Marine-based S1000RR. But they're selling Hondas, they're selling KTMs, they're selling BMWs, selling Ducatis, Vespas, Kawis, Aprilias, some of everything. That's the guy that's trying to sell me a $40,000 motorcycle.
I am, and he's gonna buy it.
Yeah, I am too. So we're inside the dealership, and I found this really cool bike. I believe it's a Confederate. Not exactly my style, but it's super cool nonetheless. I mean, look at that. Look at the steering geometry on this thing. It's crazy. Look at it. I don't know if you can see, but you can see right through under the seat there. This is definitely different, but really cool. Actually see inside the airbox. Really cool bike. Bunch of Ducatis, a few Aprilias, Scramblers. Nice Diavel. Almost bought one of those. Group going out. Hoping to ride one of those.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 345's been canceled. Just kidding.
Whoa!
You only have how many? They're running a bit late because of the previous two rides. They were running a little late because of traffic. But I will help them out, be nice, and get you started. That way when they get here, we can send you guys on your way.
Awesome. All right. We're out here on a brand new, I think this is a 2017. Yeah, this is 2017 S1000RR. Gray and black. Not bad looking. And I'm about to go out on this demo ride, sponsored by BMW Motorrad and Go AZ Motorcycles in Scottsdale, Arizona. They have it pretty structured, which kind of stinks. I was hoping to just go out and ride a little bit on my own, do some filming, but oh well, that's okay. Looks like this bike has some of everything. Heated grips, obviously the dynamic suspension, mode buttons, all that other good stuff. And I'm told that from 2014 up, the bike is completely different. I have a 2011, obviously, but I'm told this is basically a completely different bike. So we'll see. We're not going to get on it a little, much, if at all, but we're going to ride it and see what happens. Look at that. The guy in front of me sporting a Harley Davidson jacket, riding a BMW. Isn't that sacrilegious for Harley guys? So organizers are counting bikes and riders, getting us all set up here. Just sitting here, I'm noticing quite a bit of heat on the back of my right leg here, but that's, I mean, could be on the sunny side too, but
any questions, man?
no sir, I have one.
All right.
Thank you. All right. This bike supposedly has a quick shifter as well as an auto blipper, so we'll test that out on this ride. See how that works compared to the 1299 that I rode a couple of months ago. There's our group leader. Looks like we're finally going to head out. It's on a BMW bagger. Or what BMW calls a bagger. That's certainly not what Harley would call a bagger. Clicks into neutral pretty easy. Okay, it's not bad. I wouldn't say that it's a world different or completely new bike. It feels like an evolution of my 2011. The auto blipper downshifter seemed to work a little bit better than I remember the Ducati working. Sort of remember the Ducati being a little bit more clunky. Mirrors are useless, like all sport bike mirrors. The quick shifter is definitely better and not as jerky, but this throttle is super sensitive. I actually prefer the throttle on my 2011. This is super sensitive. It reminds me of my 1199 Panigale. Like, I'm hitting these bumps right now and my throttle hand is providing small inputs, and the bike is launching forward a little bit here. Not terrible, but certainly noticeable. Low speed downshifting works really well. This bike is about as hot as my 2011. So we're going by the Penske Auto Center up here on the left-hand side. Penske has a number of manufacturers in here, ranging from BMW and Audi, as you can see over here, but they have Ferrari, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, let's see, Lotus is over here, some of the Maserati, some of the smaller manufacturers, as well as VW, and they have some of everything over there. There's also a pretty cool museum over there as well. So it's a good way to kill a couple of hours. Gearing on this bike seems to be a little bit tall. Pulling away from a dead stop seems kind of sluggish. So there's the BMW and Porsche. They got Land Rover and Audi over here. And then right around the corner, we're not going to be able to see it, is, you know, all the really expensive stuff. Ferrari, Lambo, Maserati, you know, all the good stuff over there. Aston Martin. The salespeople are pretty cool. You can just go through there and walk around, look at cars. They won't let you drive anything, obviously, but if you're not buying, they'll chat with you all day. So far, I'm liking it, but not enough to trade in on it, I guess. There's the red and white one. I'm on the, like I said, black and gray one. Yeah, you really got to slip the clutch from a dead stop here. So I would probably change the gearing right off. Probably go 1 down, 2 up, or at least 1 down, 1 up at the very least. Exhaust change is definitely necessary. This thing is way too quiet. Yeah, this bike generates some heat. Probably not as much as the Panigale, but it still generates some heat. Giving us the slow down signal there. Accelerates pretty good. But yeah, these little bumps just sort of make your throttle hand guy in front of me clearly doesn't know what staggered means. That bagger looks pretty cool though. You know, I could get used to the auto blipper downshift. Don't know if it's necessary. I certainly wouldn't buy a bike specifically for it, but it's a nice to have. Ooh, nice A8 right there. Yeah, it almost rode through a red light. Headed directly into the sun right now, so you guys probably can't see shit, because I can barely see shit. It's a really nice bike, but I don't think it's everything that everyone's been raving about. I think it's an evolution of my first gen, and I would not go out of my way to buy one. Overall, I say this bike is a little bit more refined. I wouldn't even say a lot more, a little bit more refined than my 2011. I'm certainly not experiencing the benefit of this dynamic suspension. But right now I don't see the hoopla. I still prefer my brakes on the my 1199 Panigale. I don't think anything brakes as well as that bike. Ducati simply got the braking correct on that thing. But like every other sport bike, the mirrors are horrible. Throttle super twitchy. We're going to take it on the 101 highway here. Pretty good on the highway. I don't notice any more or any less wind buffering on this bike than on mine, which is a Gen 1 obviously. Pretty good demo ride though. Get some highway, get some back roads, some city driving, some stop and go. Clutch pull is a little stiff, probably just because it's a new bike. Headed back to the dealership now. It's going to come up on our left here after this light. That pretty much concludes our demo ride. I'm going to pull back into the dealership here, drive around. Alright guys, we just fueled up. The demo day is over. I'm headed home now. Didn't get to ride as many bikes as I had anticipated or wanted. Only end up riding the 2017 S1000RR. Got here a lot later than I had anticipated, and as a result I was toward the end of the sign-up sheet for the demo, so the only bike I got to get to ride was the S1000RR today. Here's what I would say about that bike, and you guys have already heard my reviews. If you've never owned an S1000 or you don't have an S1000 and you really want one, I think the 2017, 2018, any of those is well worth the price of admission. It's a really good bike. They've refined the quick shifter and the auto blipper, the downshifter. Refined those features a lot. bike is a little bit lighter, but there's some drawbacks that I don't particularly care for, i.e. the throttle-by-wire throttle. It's a little sensitive for my liking. The gearing I thought was too tall. But overall, in general, I felt like it was a solid. In general, I felt like it was a really solid bike. There was just not enough to make me upgrade. But that's it, guys. That's just my opinion. Take it for what it is. If I were you, I'd highly recommend going out and test riding these bikes for yourself. Go out and test ride an S1000, 1199 or 1299 Panigale, an RSV4. Go test ride them so that you can see the differences between those bikes. And if you happen to be in the Scottsdale, Arizona area, up here in North Scottsdale, check out Go AZ Motorcycles here in Scottsdale. They have pretty much all of the leader bikes that you would consider riding or buying anyway. They have the Panigale, they have the RSV4, they have the CX10, they have the S1000, they have CVRs, blah, 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 blah. The only thing I think they don't have are R1s and Suzukis, or Yamahas and Suzukis, I should say. But I highly recommend you test ride all of them if you can, and test ride them for a good while, 20, 30 minutes. Get them out on the highway, get them out on the twisty road, get them out in city traffic, stop and go kind of stuff, and see. Because there'll be some things that if you just take it out on the highway, you're not going to notice while you're in city driving. But I'm Derek. This is your Superbike Life. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, take care.